There are diseases that prevent people from ever having body odors that are good. And there are hormones that prevent people from having the results of having bathed. Anyways, I want to make a statement. Some time ago, the guy that I live with used the powers that he's been given to hold me back from taking care of myself hygienically after 21 years of child poverty. And the reason why was he was helping Michelle to find out things about what's right, and then, of course, to implement them along with obviously taking care of her body, as well as the whole stereotypical Black woman entourage. If I didn't take a bath for 5 years through homelessness, or I, didn't take care of myself, and then all of a sudden someone took me off the streets and gave me everything I need and I started bathing, does it really matter? You know, does it really matter? Because it's not when you didn't take a bath, it's just who might have smelt it and said, oh, this stinks, maybe. Let me tell a secret. My nostril was similar to it is right now. It was closed. I was not allowed to smell my body for quite some time, and I didn't know because I was raised in an electric magnetic field that held me back from it in order to present myself as foul odor. Because we only bathe as much as we smell. Of course, we bathe, but we also bathe extra, which means everyone takes 1 bath, 2 baths a day. But the reason why some people keep wiping themselves and doing things because they are aware of their body odors. Well, I was raised without skincare, hair care, and I was raised without the opportunity to do things for myself. And while I was going through that, I developed a unfortunate subconscious negligence, not towards anyone else, but I think it had to do with how the brain works and how life works itself. When I left my mom's house, I was exposed to, body parts of a house or room or things of the sort. And again, I had to implement that, which it didn't really start off because I went from the man who did wrong to me as a child to, believe it or not, a younger version of himself, So I went from, I thought I was getting away from what was doing that, but I didn't think conscious, I was just getting away from a life. And I ran into the very life that I was trying to get away from. Kind of like how you all thought you were getting away from being accused of doing wrong to me, and you ran into the sun, you ran into flesh, you ran into bones that could break, you ran into the animal kingdom, y'all. You thought, oh, okay, let's beat up on Nikki and then leave her and Joe together and let's run far, far away from what we've done. Let's be good mothers, let's be loving, and then it's like everywhere you look, you're responsible for an environment that put my life in danger. Everywhere you look, you're supporting the back alley to throw my life and be unaccountable. So I say this because there were girls that I knew some time ago, and when I had clear skin and long hair, I stunk. And they would be smelling me and they would be like, happy about it, right? I must have had a very foul odor. And Joe, he was not saying anything. Like he never said anything about it. But the reason why Joe didn't say anything is because he despised me. And he wanted to always spend time with other women, but he was only holding me hostage because if he didn't do that, he wouldn't be able to accomplish the mission of my stepfather having pretended to like my mom and divide me and my older sister. So he had to endure it because he's like, the alternative to this is Nikki teaming up with Crystal, saving her mom from Dondie, and those 3 women being adults making money. Or they being homeless together. And 3 people homeless at the same time is not homelessness. You have to be homeless by yourself to be homeless. If you're homeless with family members, you're really not in a bad situation because there's that comfort of security that you have someone else going through it that you know. So it's like if me, my mom, and Crystal encounter anything together, it wouldn't have really happened to us because it would have been a larger mass of us than if it were just one of us strung out. So the job of Joe was to hold me hostage long enough until Crystal had a child, until my mom despised me, and until I became helpless in the world, and then to kick me under a bridge. He's currently in the process of doing that. Now, I say this because me being stanky is not a sin. That's well, it's a sin to stink and to tell someone to stink, as in to not do things guaranteed properly. But it's like this. Some time ago, women were laughing at me because I used to have body odors. And other women were looking at Joe like, how could he live with her? How could he do? Well, he had a plan. He was trying to murder me. So that's how he could do it. But people was laughing. And now I stink all the time because I can't take care of myself. So first I stunk because I didn't know what was going on. I was being carried. Now I stink because I don't have resources and utilities. And I'm still going through that persecution of women who smell good. And they're still looking down on me. And that's why I say, what is so wrong with stinking? Y'all act like we mentally manufacture it. You know what's wrong? Again, you having a child on planet Earth. You mentally did that. You have mentally used the design, but which one of us decide to stink? Which one of us manufacture funky odors, dirt buildup, bacteria, germs? Which one of us? Oh, well, yeah, there are people that force us to be here. They're responsible for all the odors. But which one of us sit down and say, okay, on Monday, I'm going to smell like funky pus. On Tuesday, I'm going to smell like funky woman. On Wednesday, I'm going to smell like halitosis breath and dirty people. On, for Thursday, I'm going to smell like homelessness under a bridge. Which one of us does that? Friday, I'm going to have funky hair from not having washed it. Nobody. Everybody just finds it happening, and we do our best to take care of it. If you don't smell it yourself and you're held back from it, you may bathe and not even get the odors off. There are people whose hair smell bad all the time. There are people whose hair smell like trash cans. And these are white people who wash their hair every day. There are people that wash their hair with shampoo. And as soon as they wash it off, you think you still smell it. It has this under smell, like this smell of dirt and shampoo. Even though they washed and scrubbed, it's just still something there. People that wash their hair all the time should always smell good because their hair, that's not true. Now, most of them do. Most people that wash their hair every day smell good because they're washing from head to toe. But sometimes when they stink, it's a horror. Can you imagine a person that washed their hair stinking at any time of the day? Even they themselves can lean over and not smell their own hair and they smell other odors coming out of their blood. So even people that take a bath every day still have body odors, you know? Children sitting in classrooms, they have all kinds, daycare stink, FDA stinks, hotels stink, people lie in beds. Those janitors that have to clean up behind all those mushy blood and cells, all the sweat that gets on those people have to do it, motherfuckers. I'm just saying this because all of you who thought it was crazy for me to have body odors not take a bath, first of all, just know that I was getting to Timmins Toppins Lane for whatever it's worth. And I couldn't have made it with an open nostril or even an awareness that that's where I was going. So I was half asleep. Second of all, now I'm dirty because I just don't have utilities. But if you think that's crazy, if you think that's funny, I got something for you. Because something that I'm going to do to you is going to be far greater than body. I'm never going to smell any of you ever again. But what I'm going to do to you all is going to be so hilarious, it won't even make sense. I'm just going to break you all to pieces. I'm going to mar each one of you like potholes in your body. I'm going to set some of you to fire. I'm going to lie you and be. If you think me stinking is funny, I got something to pay you back for. And it ain't going to be stinking because that's not funny to me. That's just absolutely something I won't. Nobody could ever stink to me because that's poison. I would never want to. I would never want to know someone stinks, not even to look down on them. Never.